Happy Valentine's month, everybody. I'm the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to share with you some of my favorite Valentine's Day episodes from TV shows or even movies. Not everything is all lovey-dovey. Sometimes Valentine's Days deal with heartache and everything. So, some episodes will be romantic and lovey-dovey, while others will be very sad and heart-wrenching and stuff. But love is love. It doesn't always come with smiles and giggles and glee. So, I'm here today to talk to you about American Pie, the 1999 movie. American Pie, a classic, a coming-of-age teen comedy. And it's probably the first teen comedy I ever remember seeing. However, I saw the second movie first, I think, before I saw the first one. And my God, this is truly one of my all-time favorite franchises. As we all know, Scream kicked off the genre of teen movies, and this movie helped propel the teen drama comedy movies that will last for at least a good decade and a half. And I remember I was in high school when this came out, so I wasn't able to see it. I didn't start watching these movies until I was in college. And oh my God, dude, I missed out big time. The things that happen in this movie are insane. However, they are problematic today. There are a lot of stuff that happens in this movie that you'll just never, ever, ever see in modern day television now. A lot of stuff. One of the biggest problematic things that happened in this movie was the guys using this webcam to spy on the whole Nadia and Jim making out section that ended up turning out to be her topless and him touching her down there. And so, yeah, that would never happen in a movie today. And I'm not sure about the other American Pie movies, the spin-offs. I'm not sure they've done anything like that. However, this movie did launch a franchise with multiple spin-offs, those that came out in theater and those that came out in direct-to-DVD, and one recently that came out direct-to-streaming. The last one to come out was American Pie Girl Rules, which is an all-female centered American Pie movie with the very first female Stifler. I have not watched that movie. When it comes to the direct-to-DVDs, I don't like them. I can barely watch them. I can't even finish them. I start off for a couple of minutes and then I turn it off. I kind of want to see this female version of it only because of one star that's in it. This former Disney Channel girl, Madison Pietis, I think her last name is. But I'm just worried it's gonna suck because I've seen the trailer and I've seen some clips and it does not look good whatsoever. It looks like your typical American Pie spin-off movies. The ones that come out in theaters are so much more better. And so, yeah, this movie was just your coming of age movie about four best friends and their sole mission. See, they're socially awkward and they cannot really get a girl to save their life. Only one of them has a girlfriend, which is Kevin. But the thing about these guys is their main focus in life is they're horny and they want to get laid. And they want to get laid before prom. It's their senior year of high school and they're just horny. And so, they make a pact because they keep striking out with so many girls left and right that they decide they're going to make a pact that before prom comes, they're gonna get themselves some, or about a day of prom and stuff. So they work endlessly to try their best to get laid and everything. They try several techniques, and it's each guy is different. Now, this movie helped spawn some of the biggest names in Hollywood today. Back then, they were pretty much relative unknowns. Some of them done some small stuff in TV. One of the stars was a sidekick role in a TV show that was very popular, Buffy, while the other ones have done other smaller movies, this and that. After this, boy, their careers expanded. And so did their piggy banks. This movie helped spawn some of the likes of Jason Biggs, Allison Hannigan, Chris Klein, not the underwear dude, the actual actor. Jennifer Coolidge, Eugene Levy, my God, Shannon Elizabeth, Tara Reid, Marina, what's her name is Marina Serena? Wait, what's her name? I forgot. She's like one of my favorites all times, and I can't remember her name. Mina Savari, I think her name is. Ian Nicholas, no, Thomas Ian Nicholas, Natasha Leone. Like, oh my God, dude, she cracks me up in this movie. And of course, Sean William Scott. Like, come on now, you know what I'm saying? And I know I'm missing somebody. I think I'm missing the dude who plays Kevin. God, what is that dude's name? Oh no, no, I already said him. He's the Thomas dude. But Eddie Thomas, like, is it Eddie K. Thomas, something like that? But yeah, this has spawned so many people, and they play some of like the most memorable characters ever: Jim, Oz, Finch, Kevin, Stifler's mom. I mean, come on, man. And so, like, the thing that each guy goes on a mission. So you got Kevin. He's the only one with the girlfriend. And at the end of this movie, everybody's the main character. It isn't just one. However, one person did something so outrageous, he became the main star of the entire franchise, where the sequel movies revolved around him and solely him. I'll get into him later. But Kevin, he is the only person with a girlfriend. He's a pretty nice, nonchalant dude. He's the one who starts the pact. The thing is, he's done like oral type stuff on his girlfriend, but he hasn't given her the big O and everything. So his goal is like to do that. And he pressures his friends so much to the point where they almost don't want to be his friend no more towards the end of the movie. And so then you have Oz. Oz is just a lacrosse dude, a football dude. He's a big jock. And when he's trying to make out with this college girl, she tells him, you know, slow down, try to be more sensitive. So now his whole thing in the entire movie, he's going to be the sensitive, nice guy to try to get a girl. And then you have Finch. Finch is just like the smart dude who's just strange and odd. So what he does is that he bribes a girl to lie for him to tell him how amazing he is in bed so that other girls will like him, and it works. Until it backfires because he made fun of this one dude, Stifler. Stifler is ironic in this movie because he's not part of the main four group of dudes. He knows them and he's friends with them occasionally, but he's more like a frenemy. After this movie, he does become part of the group because of how outrageous his character is. But it's ironic, he's one of the biggest characters. All of the spin-off movies revolves around his family, and he wasn't even a major player in the first movie. But now he's the only person who doesn't make a pact because he's gotten laid plenty of times. But Finch lies about him. That's so embarrassing that he decided he's going to get him back. See, Finch has a fear of pooping in public places like school. And so he goes to like, he doesn't want people at school, I guess, to smell his stank and then make fun of him. So he goes around like convenience stores, stuff like that. Well, Stifler decides to put some laxatives in his mocha coffee. And so it gives him the runs to where he runs into the wrong restroom. He runs into the ladies' restroom at school. Let's just say his reputation is ruined after that. And his pants. But one of the most outrageous things Stifler does is that, I'll get into that a little bit later too. Actually, no, I'm gonna get into that now. So this movie has a lot of raunchy sex humor and stuff. It's mild compared to the other movies. One thing that Stifler does is that Kevin is making out with his girlfriend, and so like she doesn't finish him off, so he finished himself off in a beer cup. And so Stifler doesn't know that as he's making out with a girl, and he drinks it. He drinks jizz, and it's disgusting and gross. Very, 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 very gross and stuff. No, wait, did that happen in the second movie? Okay, wait, no, wait, what happened in this? Okay, in one of them, no, I think it's the second one, he gets peed on. Yeah, the second one, he gets peed on, and the party gets broken up to where they have to go and then call. Okay, so, yeah, he drinks jizz. It's gross, it's nasty. It's disgusting. But the other outrageous thing is what Jim does. What made him the main character. Jim is just this socially awkward dude who is a big geek, big nerd. No girl likes him and stuff. He can't get a girl to save his life. He's never done anything. He doesn't even know what first base feels like. He's probably never even kissed a girl. And so, like, there is a scene between him and Nadia, the foreign exchange student, who's not even a foreign exchange student in real life. She's not even foreign in real life. She's a white girl or Italian girl playing like a Spanish girl. And so he is supposed to tutor her. And the other dude's all like, dude, you got a girl in your room. She's hot. You got to make a move and let us watch. So he sets up the webcam, old school webcam. We had to buy the webcam and attach it to your computer. Um, and so, like, things change for the most interesting. Now, of course, back then people didn't have a problem with this, but now they do because it's an invasion of privacy. So he accidentally sends the link to everybody in the school. And so everybody in school, everybody sees Nadia getting topless, seeing Jim dance in his boxers, seeing him double click her mouse to the point where doing that aroused him to the point where he came early. And yeah, so as a result, because she is the female, she gets kicked out of school and sent back home to her country. Him, the guy, doesn't get punished at all. Totally messed up situation. I didn't even think about that until just now and stuff. So, but that's not the most outrageous other thing he did. Okay, so his friends tell him second base is like putting your fingers in warm apple pie. That's what a girl's thing felt like, they said. So he comes home, his mom baked an apple pie. So he gets curious. Sticks his fingers in the pie at first. Then it cuts from that to his dad coming home. He is on top of the cake, banging the crap out of it. Yes, he clickety clacked a pie. It was the most outrageous thing anybody has ever seen, period. But it made him a bona fide superstar. Oh my God. Still can't believe they did that. So the big night has come. It is time for prom, and none of the guys are no closer to finishing their pack. Kevin pressures them, they have an argument, but eventually all dudes do end up getting laid. Now there's a character named Michelle. She was even a big time player in this movie because she was busy filming Buffy. And she plays the nerdy girl at band camp who starts every sentence this one time at band camp. And so like she ends up liking Jim and goes on a date with him to prom. And she ends up turning into a sex freak when they get to the big party. Everybody's blown away by this. He is blown away by this. So eventually, every guy ends up doing it. Oz, he decides he's going to pretend to be the sensitive dude. So he fakes it with this girl, pretending like he's this nice, uber, super nice dude. He gets into the glee club. And so Heather's this extremely nice, sweet girl. Then when she finds out that he played her and everything, she breaks up with him. Only for him to confess how she made him a better person and he doesn't want to be that old person that he used to be who was just a stiffer wannabe and everything. And so they end up doing it. Kevin and I forgot his girlfriend's name. They end up doing it. And she tells him how, like, she basically uses him. Like, she's all like, this was a great night and everything. We found, because she wanted him to always say that he loves her, but he could never say those words. And now he finally gotten to that point where he can, and they do it, only for her to be all like, this is going to be the end of us because you're going to one college, I'm going to another. We're not doing the long distance thing. So it's basically she forced him to say that he loves her just to bang her, just for her to be like, yo, it's over. I mean, like, go on my life and crap and stuff. And so, like, with Finch, he doesn't end up getting no girl. The one girl he bribed, I forget her name, Jessica. She tells him there's no way in the world you're gonna get me. Like, she's very experienced and everything. She tries to, like, teach Kevin some things, but it doesn't work. He ends up talking to his brother, and so, like, then Finch really does finally find somebody, Stifler's mom, who's hiding around in the basement because Stifler will not let her go to the party. And so she's there to keep an eye on things from, like, down below. And she is this extremely attractive woman who is much older than Finch. But she says he tells her, I'm 18 years old. And she's all like, 18 years, just like the type of, I think, like, something, she says something. He's all like, I'm 18. And she's all like, oh, 18 years. The way I like my wine or something like that and stuff. So eventually Stiffer catches them and passes out. And so, yeah, that's basically just like American Pie, man. It's great. It's amazing. It was I think it was directed by Paul Witz, I think his name is, and created by, like, Adam Hers. And so, like, they came back for the second, but then after that they just started producing the movies. After American Pie, the movie started, like, okay, the second one's still pretty good with a really good solid story, just like the first. The first has a great solid story. It has great music. The second movie, great music. It's so 90s. But the second movie, of course, 2000s. Great 2000 movies, music. And then, but then by, like, the third movie, everything started to change. Everything just started being raunchy, like, just raunchy. And it didn't really have that much of a focused story. And some people consider the third one the weakest of them all because, one, the main cast didn't even all return. They were all doing other projects and other people weren't even asked to come back. And then they did come back for American Reunion, which I love. American Reunion, the fourth real movie. It's amazing. It's great. There's some things that just kind of seem out of place and out of weird, but I love it. However, the fourth one didn't make as much money as they hoped, and the theatrical franchise came to an end. And then they kept with more sequels for DVDs after that. Now, wasn't that romantic? Or depressing, depending on what kind of video I just talked about. Okay, well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And bye.